This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply.
Welcome to Morning Motivation for Educators. I'm Danielle Neufer. After almost 25 years in education and 2 experiences with my own burnout, I've learned that doing this work can't mean running ourselves into the ground. Teaching matters, and so does the person doing the teaching. This podcast is a place to talk about the adult in the room, how we take care of ourselves, understand ourselves a little better, and make small shifts that help us show up for our students without losing ourselves along the way. No perfect balance, no pretending teaching isn't hard, just honest reflection, practical tools, and a little encouragement for the work you're already doing, because you matter too. Hi everyone, and welcome back. We're in that part of the school year where everything feels like it needs attention at once. New students, new routines, new systems, new expectations, new things that come up that you didn't even know you needed to plan for. And I think there's a trap that can happen really quickly at the beginning of the year. We start to believe that the pace we're keeping right now is the pace we need to keep all year. And it isn't. This season may require more from you, more time, more energy, more decisions. But temporary intensity is different from a sustainable pace. Last week, we talked about what we wanted to protect this school year. Maybe it's your energy, your family time, your patience. Maybe it's simply how you want to feel when the school day is over. And once you know that, the next question is, how do you actually protect it when there is still a lot that needs to get done? And I wanted to share something really practical with you because I really try to do that. And one thing that has been helping me lately is really simple. Plan the work the plan, set a timer, begin. Plan the work the plan, set a timer, begin. And you probably have some kind of bigger goal for the year. Maybe it's a word, maybe it's a goal for your students, maybe it's how you want to feel. And I want you to think of that as your North Star. But then work backwards. What does that mean for this season, this month, this week, and finally, what actually needs your attention today? And once you decide that, plan the work. And then work the plan. Set a timer and begin. I like using a timer because it means I don't have to keep deciding when I should move on. I can just stay with the thing I decided to do. And I keep a Post-it beside me because inevitably my brain will say, oh, look that up, email that person, don't forget this, add that to the list. And instead of following the thought, I write it down and come back. And this is where I think there is a real connection to mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't never getting distracted. It's noticing you got distracted and returning. Working on one thing at a time is a practice too. Coming back is a practice. Stopping when you said is a practice. Leaving something for tomorrow is a practice. And maybe that last one is especially important at the beginning of the school year. Because there will always be something else you could do. So at some point you have to decide what enough looks like for today. This week, try this once. Choose one 30-minute block. Decide what you are working on before you begin. Put a Post-it beside you, set a timer, and begin. And when something else pops into your head, write it down and come back. Then when the timer goes off, stop and notice what happens. The goal isn't to cram more into your day. It's to become a little more intentional with the time and attention you already have. because we don't want to just white knuckle it until the weekend and hope 2 days are enough to repair the pace of the other 5. This beginning of the year pace may be necessary right now, but it does not have to become your new normal. And that's part of renewal too. Renewal's not starting over. It's returning to what matters with fresh intention. If this is something you're thinking about, I'll be sharing more about that in the weeks to come. For now, plan the work, work the plan, set a timer, and begin. If something from today's episode stuck with you, I hope you carry it with you into your day. You can explore these ideas further at Teaching Well, in my book, The Path of the Mindful Teacher, or in the companion workbook. You'll find links to these and other resources in the show notes or at teachingwell.life. Remember, one of the greatest predictors of a school's success is the well-being of its teachers. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bpodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.